All right. Okay. Settle in, folks, because this story is, well, it's something else.
Uh-huh.
Married 1 month, and boom, husband's having a baby with the sisters.
Sister, yeah, it is. You really can't make this stuff up, can you?
Exactly. Welcome to the deep dive. We dig into these wild stories from the internet. And today,
Oh boy.
it's a Reddit situation from Off My Chest Throat 276 on RB Updates.
Yeah, and it's interesting because we have two distinct points in time. There's the original post, the sort of explosion back in June 2024.
Right, the initial shockwave.
Precisely. And then there's a follow-up almost a year later, April 2025, gives us the fallout.
Totally. So our mission today, if you're sticking around, and let's be real, who wouldn't be curious,
Yeah.
is to unpack this whole spectacular mess.
We're not getting lost in the comment threads or anything.
No, just the core story, what happened, how it all went down, the human element, I guess.
Okay, so let's dive into that first post, the big reveal.
1 month married, and she finds out the husband's been having an affair with her sister. And not just like a recent thing.
No, this apparently started before the engagement, way back in November.
Dude, that's cold. It gets crazier.
Oh, it does. The sister, at the time of this discovery, 8 months pregnant.
8 months. And get this, it wasn't even the wife, our original poster, who found out first.
No, it was the sister's husband. He discovered the affair, and understandably, he's divorcing her.
Man, imagine being him. Finds out his wife is pregnant and cheating with his brother-in-law. Yikes.
It's just layers upon layers of betrayal, isn't it? So many people caught in the middle.
And the paternity was uncertain at first. The sister apparently didn't know if the baby belonged to her husband or, the listener's husband.
A real coin toss of terrible outcomes.
So the listener's reaction, immediate, like zero hesitation, divorce, done.
Which makes total sense, but the husband's reaction...
Oh, the husband wanted counseling, wanted to, quote, work through it.
Seriously, counseling for that. I mean, what would you even say?
Right. And the listener predicted her sister would probably come crawling back, begging forgiveness.
Which, spoiler alert from the update, is exactly what happened. But even in that first post, the listener was incredibly clear.
Totally firm. No forgiveness, no staying married, no future contact, especially with the sister. Cut off, done.
It's quite remarkable, that level of certainty right in the middle of such shock and trauma.
Yeah. And she mentioned the legal side, too. She's a barrister, apparently, so she knew the deal. Adultery's grounds for divorce.
But not really for asset splitting in her area, she said.
And the upside, if you can call it that.
Oh.
The marriage was so short, she wouldn't have to pay him any spousal support.
A small mercy in a truly awful situation.
Okay, so fast forward 10 months later, the update.
Yep, April 2025. First things first, the divorce is final. She's out.
Good for her. And the baby.
Ah, yes, the baby. Turns out it was the ex-husband's child.
No, seriously?
Seriously. And here's the kicker. He was reportedly furious about it. Livid.
Furious. Wait, why? I mean, apart from the obvious dumpster fire of the whole situation.
Because apparently he'd never wanted kids. Like, actively did not want children.
Get out of here. That's, wow.
And the story goes, he met both the listener and her sister in some kind of dating group specifically for people who were child-free.
Okay, that is just peak irony right there. So he hooks up with his wife's sister, who he also met via a no-kids thing, gets her pregnant, and he's mad.
It does suggest a certain lack of personal responsibility, doesn't it? Like, cause and effect somehow don't apply to him.
You think?
Yeah.
And did they try the whole begging forgiveness thing?
Oh, absolutely. Both of them. Ex-husband and sister. Came back with excuses.
Let me guess. Sister couldn't help it. She fell in love.
Bingo. That was reportedly her line. And the ex-husband.
What was his excuse? Cosmic rays. Temporary insanity.
Apparently, he felt he couldn't be blamed.
Couldn't be blamed for his own actions. Okay. The nerve on these two is just astronomical.
The listener's reaction was pretty much disbelief, as you'd expect, just stunned by the gall of it all. I bet. And what about the sister's own divorce? That was happening too, right?
Yeah, and that sounded way more complicated. They'd been married longer, had shared property.
And didn't they already have a kid?
Yes, a young son, about 1.5 at the time. So custody, finances, a whole different level of mess.
And the listener mentioned the sister might have to pay him support.
Yeah, apparently the sister was the higher earner, so potential spousal support, child maintenance. The consequences were hitting her hard financially, too.
Karma's interesting sometimes, isn't it? Meanwhile, how was the original poster doing 10 months on?
Still deeply hurt, understandably. She mentioned still feeling heartbroken, even physical pain from the stress. She'd started counseling.
Good. That sounds necessary.
Absolutely. And she was holding firm on the no contact rule. Zero communication with either the ex or the sister.
She said they were dead to her.
Exactly. Just completely excised from her life. A necessary boundary for her healing, it seems.
Did her family stick by her?
Oh, yeah. Parents, another sister, they apparently completely cut off the sister who had the affair. Total support for the listener.
Wow. That's huge. Must have made a difference.
Definitely. And she was clear. Anyone suggesting she should forgive or reconcile, they'd be cut off too. No discussion.
Setting boundaries like a boss. Good for her.
And then there was that slightly bizarre detail from the ex-husband's lawyer.
Oh, yeah. What was that again? They were planning to...
Get married. The ex-husband and the sister. Once her divorce was final.
You cannot be serious. They actually planned to build a life together on top of all this.
That was the reported plan. The listener seemed determined not to dwell on it, just trying to move forward.
Smartest thing she could do, honestly. Don't give them the headspace.
Her final comments in that update were really powerful, though, just talking about the unimaginable pain, the sheer depth of the betrayal from the two people closest to her.
Yeah, feeling destroyed by their selfishness. And she pushed back hard against anyone saying, just get over it.
Which is so important. Healing from that kind of trauma doesn't follow a schedule. It's deep. It takes time.
Totally. So what were people on Reddit saying? I imagine the comments were pretty intense.
Overwhelmingly supportive of the listener, as you'd guess. Lots of empathy.
And probably a lot of anger towards the other two.
Oh, absolutely. People were just bewildered by the sister's actions, cheating with the sibling's partner. It hits a different nerve, you know.
Definitely. Terms like trash, horrible, selfish were probably flying around.
They were, and a lot of people predicted that the ex-husband and sister's future relationship, if it even happened, was doomed.
Well, yeah. Starting a relationship by nuking two other families. Not exactly stable foundations.
Right. Especially with the whole he didn't want kids thing hanging over them. Resentment waiting to happen, many thought.
Plus, people probably pointed out his lack of foresight regarding contraception, given the no kids stance.
That definitely came up. A lot of comments questioning his logic and responsibility there.
And I bet everyone agreed with her decision to cut them off completely.
Pretty much unanimous on that front. The sibling betrayal element just sealed the deal for most commenters. Forgiveness seemed unthinkable to many.
Yeah, that double betrayal.
Sure.
Spouse and sister. That's a unique kind of hell.
It really is. It shatters trust on such fundamental levels.
Okay, so wrapping this up.
Yeah.
What are the key things we saw here?
Well, a really rapid, devastating betrayal, obviously. A family completely fractured. And just immense emotional pain for the listener.
But also her strength, making those hard decisions immediately, sticking to them.
Definitely. Incredible resilience in the face of something truly awful.
And for everyone listening, I guess this deep dive shows, well, it shows how badly things can go wrong, how deeply betrayal can cut.
It's an extreme example for sure, but it's a stark look at human behavior, choices, and the ripple effects they have. Sometimes looking at someone else's crisis gives you perspective, strangely enough.
Yeah, and it leaves you thinking, doesn't it, about the kid?
Absolutely. That's the really big lingering question. What's life going to be like for that child, born into the middle of all this drama?
Right. What kind of environment, what understanding of family and loyalty will they grow up with?
It just highlights how our choices impact more than just ourselves, often in ways we don't even anticipate. So many questions raised by this one story.